Hi, I'm Bernice Ruhlin, a Pampered Chef independent consultant in the United States. And today I'm going to take my Deluxe Cooking Blender and make a very easy sweet potato soup. So before we get started making our soup, let's look through the few ingredients that I got prepared here. We have 2 cups of vegetable stock, 1 cup of unsweetened coconut milk. I have some seasonings, a teaspoon of kosher salt, a 1/4 teaspoon pepper. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon for those warm flavors, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger to add a little bit of that brightness. And then we have a 1/2 onion cubed and 4 cups of sweet potatoes peeled and then cubed. You will get a Deluxe Cooking Blender cooking guide, and what you will notice is you'll go to the soup setting, and one thing you'll see is it takes only 30 minutes to make your soup, and you get this chart in your book that's going to help walk you through make different types of soups on your soup setting. You will always start first with your liquids by putting your liquids in the blender. You'll add your seasonings, your vegetables, and then you turn it to the soup setting and you start making your soup. Once it's done, if you have any add-ins, that's when you're going to put your add-ins, and then you're just going to pulse it until it's blended through. So kind of think about your add-ins as items you don't want it to cook for 30 minutes. For example, if I'm using half and half or a heavy cream, cheeses, I may not need to have that cook 30 minutes. And I could just put it in at the end. The soup's going to be hot, and then I can just blend it through. And then we've got some cooking tips. And then our manual does come with a couple of recipes to get you started. And if you go to Pampered Chef website, there are more recipes for our Deluxe Cooking Blender. So let's get on to making our delicious soup. Okay, let's get started with making our sweet potato soup. First thing I'm going to do is take off the lid. We start with our liquids, always first. So I've got 2 cups of vegetable stock, 1 cup unsweetened coconut milk, we're going to put in our seasonings. Okay, get some beautiful color there. And now I'm going to add my onions. This is always the order you add your food. And then we got our sweet potatoes, 4 cups. So it will take me a few seconds to add them in. Already peeled and diced. Okay, almost got them there. Okay, so our sweet potatoes. I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to twist it so it locks in place. Remember that if you do not lock your lid in place, then your unit will not start because it is a safety feature. So the next thing we will do is we will turn on the blender and start cooking our soup. Okay, so we turned on our Deluxe Cooking Blender. You can see it's lit up. And now we are going to turn the dial until we get to our soup setting. Okay. There we go. So we're at soup, and I'm going to press the button. And now you can see it starting up, and we know that it's heating. As we've seen with other recipes, it starts with a couple Couple spins, couple grinds, and then it's going to heat before it starts up. Our soup has been in the blender for a few minutes. You can see the temperature is increasing. The lock key is on. You can see it's heating. And then periodically, I'll give you a bit of a picture here. Periodically, the soup does a blend, and then it stops for a little bit. Just for a few seconds, and then it stops. And it's been doing that on and off for the last few minutes. Our soup continues to be made. You can see it's heating up higher, and we're bubbling. And I'd say at this point we've got to be close to be getting done. It's been in here for about 20 some minutes, so we probably got 5 to 10 minutes left. You can see it's bubbling, it's heated up. And pretty much that's what it's been doing the whole time, is that it spins and grinds and, you know, cooks down those sweet potatoes and onions. And then it starts up again. You'll notice the heat button is off. And oh, looks like we're counting down. So I was thinking 5 to 10 minutes, but it's actually probably about 15 minutes that it's going to be ready. Because you really can't count the time that it takes to heat up the unit. Okay, we'll be back in a little while when it gets closer to being done. Okay, and our soup is ready right now. I'm going to press the cancel button, and that will allow us now to pour in any additional add-ins, and then with the pulse button we can just pulse them. The only thing you do want to be careful is that it is hot, so you'd want to take some type of pot holder or something to take this area here off, and then you can put in your add-ins and then just pulse it. Our last part of making our sweet potato soup is to clean our Deluxe Cooking Blender. So we've got it turned on. We've got 3 cups of water in there and 2 drops of liquid dish detergent to wash our dishes. So now we're just going to find our heated wash. There we go. Turn it on by just pressing this. Beeps a few times. It'll give a couple spins. Okay. And you will see it heating up. Okay, and you will see it. The little dots are moving, which tells you it's working. See, the heat sensor is on where it says heat. Again, it's heated wash. You should hear it heating up. Cooking Blender is done cleaning. I also wanted to bring to your attention a little cleaning tool that comes with it. So if there's a little film or a little bit of something you still need to clean, you can use this great little tool for multiple purposes. It does a good job. Now what we can do is we will rinse it out and then just dry it. Every so often you might see a couple little drops come out, but I wouldn't worry about that if there's a couple little drops. What I would, if you do see maybe you put too much of the liquid detergent in it and maybe it does start to bubble over a little bit, or you put too much water in, just stop it, put in a little bit of vegetable oil, and then that'll bring the suds down. That's also a little tip that's in your cooking guide. So don't forget your guide, all your accessories that comes with it. Again, the guide is really nice because it will provide you with everything you need to get started. A little bit better right here. So here's all the different recipes you're going to get. You're going to get recipes for every single setting. So you will learn how to use each setting, and you'll also have an idea of how much liquids and how much of the ingredients and the ratios that you need to put in the Deluxe Cooking Blender. Because all you'll have to do is follow the recipe and the guides that are provided. So I hope you enjoy your sweet potato soup. It was easy to make, delicious to enjoy, and it was very easy to clean up our Deluxe Cooking Blender.